Okay, you let me know when you're ready, Bill. Okay, good evening. Thank you, and we will call to order the Middleton Finance and Personnel Committee meeting for January 6th. And Bill, if you would do a roll call.
Here.
Here.
Alder Pro is online on the Zoom call.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us. I know it was a stretch. Appreciate that. Okay. Approval of the minutes. I don't have any comments.
I don't either.
Okay. Randall, any comments? He's muted, but
I think he's trying to get off mute.
yeah. He's putting his earbuds in.
Hi, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
here.
That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. I will accept the minutes as they have been submitted. Audit of the bills.
We have one addition this evening, that is for Associated Appraisal Consultants, or consultant, or contract assessor. The dollar amount is $71,917.08. That includes services for January as well as a portion of the revaluation project work.
Okay, so then I'd like to make a motion to accept the bill, audit of the bills as submitted with the addition of the $71,917.88. I have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, seconded.
And I have a couple questions.
And questions?
What are the two payments to the town of Middleton for $22,000? They're at the top of the list in January 6th.
Those are for tax payments that were paid to the city of Middleton in error through our online payment process. And then we're cutting a check to the town of Middleton and forwarding the payment to them.
Okay. And then also I saw there's nearly $11,000 for the Lot 1 Deming Way cost. Is that our last one or no?
No, it will have a 6-month run out for that under the terms of the agreement.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Randall is still muted. You might want to just stay off mute, Randall. Okay, moving on to agreements and contracts. Start out with the amended and restated payment in lieu of tax agreement with the Middleton Development Corporation for the property at 6908 Century Avenue.
This is Nairo. I move to recommend that council approve the amended and restated agreement.
All righty. Thorman will second that. Any questions?
I had just a couple. So on page 6 of the packet, it says the city may use and expend the pilot payments here under in such manner and for such purposes as the city desires. And I'm wondering, does that go into a separate fund or into the general fund?
It's budgeted in the general fund for the city.
Okay. And do we know what do municipalities typically do with the revenue they generate from tax exempt housing pilot? Like
I
this?
don't know that there is a typical, I think it really varies in how the pilots are negotiated, the dollar amount and how they're used by municipality. We did a session on this at a Wisconsin Government Finance Officers Association meeting about 1.5 years ago now. And just from the examples on the panel, there are a lot of differences.
Okay.
So I think it's something that is available for negotiation for each community.
Okay, do you remember if anybody was using that revenue to pay for or supplement funding for affordable housing?
From the ones that were on the panel, I don't believe that was being used from those, but that was a sample of 3, so it's certainly
Okay.
not exhaustive.
And then I'm wondering can you just explain, this is also on page 6 of the packet, explain the decision to go with the lesser of 2% or the CPI increase for this is under the pilot amount.
Yeah, that was an item that was negotiated when the original agreement was put together. I think the um, concern from the property developer operator for both this one as well as for the Trata that we did at that time was to have a known amount that they could plan for in the future. The direction from the council was to try to make this city whole, which is why we wanted to include the CPI in there if there would be larger increases, but at least we would have a known set amount that it would be as the lower amount of that.
Okay, great, thanks.
On mention of the CPI bill, I noticed, just looking at their December newsletter, they kind of always issue an update. I didn't realize there was also one from 1993, a model, but it looks like cities followed the 1982 through 1984 one. It's very interesting.
Oh, for the CPI
Yeah.
calculation, yeah, there are different versions and different base years. So we're just trying to be consistent in applying these agreements that we're using the same method for calculation from year to year.
Interesting, yeah. Thank you. Oh, we have to vote on this.
Mhm.
All right. The motion in front of us is for the approval of this amended and restated payment in lieu of tax agreement with Middleton Development Corporation for property at 6908 Century Avenue. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, the ayes have it. Next item. This is the agreement for the weatherization and window replacement at an efficiency navigator property. The fiscal impact is 100% grant funded. And this is really nice to see. It's wonderful. So the motion in front of us would be to approve this pending city attorney final approval for the items redlined in the agreement.
This
And
is- Oh,
I was
sorry.
just going to say, see, this is in our Alder Myers district, so.
This is an error. I move to recommend that council approve the agreements pending final review and approval by the city attorney.
All right, and Lorman will second that. Any questions or discussion on this? Kelly's here if anybody has a question. Thank you very much. It's wonderful to see that. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 And the ayes have it. The next item is the Charge Up Dane County Public EV Charging Agreement at Lakeview Park and 8476 Market Street. And again, this motion will be pending final attorney review and approval.
This is Nairo. I move to recommend that council approve the agreements pending final review and approval by the city attorney.
Yes, and Lorman will second that. Any discussion or questions?
I had a question about the, on page 40 of the packet, revenue and use of net income. And I'm wondering, are we, at some point, we are able to generate additional income and not just recoup our costs, correct? Not that we want to generate a lot, but if we were to generate additional income, could that be something we would put into our sustainability fund?
Um, so there's federal requirements that limit how much income we can make from this. And you can maybe have a little bit of income at the end of your year, but if you have too much, then there's a lot of paperwork you have to fill out and it's not desirable. So the county will work with the city to make sure that we can adjust our charging rate so that we cover our expenses, but not go over in an excessive amount. And it is kind of a learning curve, I think, for all of us. And that's a question that all municipalities have is how are we going to price this? So the price of the charging will cover the electricity that's used that will be billed to the city. and also the excise tax that's required and any insurance upcharges the city may incur and other reasonable charges. But it's not something that will bring in a lot of income, nor would that be the goal for this.
Right. And then Kelly, while you're there, are there any other locations in Middleton being considered for EV charging through this program?
There's two through the city at Market Street, over at Greenway Station and Lakeview Park. And then the school district also applied for 2 or 3 locations. So there'll be one, I believe, at the high school and another one at the district offices off of South Avenue that will be for public use. And I think there may be one more in Middleton. Yeah.
Didn't the airport,
Mhm.
didn't we request one at the airport and not approved?
Yeah, it wasn't put forward.
Yeah, that was one of our 4 sites and that one was not selected.
Right. We can try again.
And I had a question.
Yes,
And for the school district ones, that's an agreement between the county and the school district then? It doesn't involve any of the city doing
Correct.
anything with those?
Correct. It's between the city, the school district and the county.
Okay.
okay. If there are no other questions, then all those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All right, the ayes have it. Next item is the rejection of bid for the Middleton Operations Center Booster Pump, Project 1.
This is Haniro. I move to recommend that Common Council reject the bid from Sable Mechanical for the mock booster pump project.
All right, Foreman will second that. Any questions for staff?
Jim Scholender is available online if there are any questions, but this item or the following items.
Yeah, I don't have any questions on this.
Have none? All right. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, ayes have it. Next is award of bid to ADS Mechanical LLC for the EMS HVAC control project in the amount of $69,779. And the motion would be to recommend not to exceed that dollar amount.
This is Haniro. I move to recommend that council approve the award of bid to ADS Mechanical LLC for the EMS HVAC control project in an amount not to exceed $69,779.
Okay, and Norman will second that. Any questions for staff or comments? All right. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Ayes have it. Next item is rejection for bid for the senior center front glass block project. And do I have a second?
Well, I'll move to.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. The
Yeah.
motion is to reject the bid.
Yep, I'll move to recommend that the common council reject the bid from Berglund Construction Company for the senior center front glass block project.
Yeah, this has seemed to gone on for quite some time, like at least 3 years. Okay, so what do we do? Just start over and keep trying and trying?
Yeah, we'll take a look at the scope of services to see if that needs to be tweaked to better express what we're actually looking for. The bid that we did receive seemed a bit more expansive than what we were looking for in terms of the setup, which I think is part of the driver of the cost above and beyond the engineer's estimate. So we'll take a look at the scope and make some modifications and put it up for bid again.
Okay,
And I need a second for my,
Do- I can second that. Alder Crow.
right, thank you. All those in favor of rejecting the bid, please say aye.
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 Right. Getting down to the end. This is the award of bid to the Electrician, Inc. for the police fire alarm project in the amount of $74,645.38. The bids were received, and the motion would be to accept the bid, not to exceed the dollar amount I just stated.
This is Nairo. I move to recommend that the common council approve the award of bid to the Electrician, Inc. for the police department fire alarm replacement project in an amount not to exceed $74,645.38.
All right, and Lorman will second that. Any questions for staff? Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 The ayes have it. Are we at the end of our agenda?
We are.
Oh my gosh. All right. Any future items for Bill to note? Okay. Well, with that, thank you, everybody. Stand adjourned. Handle.